Okay, Coach, thank you. We are technically 5 miles east of Washington, D.C. That's where the home of the Washington Redskins resides, FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. A few minutes ago, it sounded like the 4th of July on the National Mall as the hometown Redskins were introduced to this sold-out crowd. They are set to go as their guys will match up with the San Francisco 49ers. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Redskins take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
So first and 10 now from the 30. They run with Adrian Peterson, the second active leading rusher in the NFL. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now a throw left sideline here is complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards there and a first down.
That's good for Washington Redskins. First down. First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Check 53 is mine.
On first and 10, it's Haskins. That's going to be caught by Richardson. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down. And early on, they're picking up right where they left off last week.
And I know a lot of coaches say each game is its own. You don't really have carryover. This feels like carryover. So much confidence from the previous game that they're using to their advantage now.
Got an open man. It's Harmon. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
This is Chris Thompson in his 7th season now as a Redskin. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. On second and 9, Haskins. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here first and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Now a man who really stepped up last year. This is Matt Breida. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
21.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And his throw is incomplete. DRC, Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie getting in there to break it up. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
18 yards, first down Niners. Well, Pettis is quickly becoming the #1 receiving option for Jimmy Garoppolo. Into last year, John Lynch said that they loved the way he closed the season, really came on late. Remember, this is a guy that they traded up to get at number 44 back in 2018 out of the University of Washington. Meanwhile, here a run on first down really backfires as he's going to be brought down well behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 6 on the play, and it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Here we go. Wait, Eddie! Wait.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Montez Sweat in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Well, that last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Fabian Moreau, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Really nice pick there for the reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a good story on that. He said he didn't even know he won the award. His buddy had to call him. He saw it on television and said, hey, congratulations. How about that?
And I'll bet you his buddy said, well, since you didn't know, I'll just go ahead and claim the award, right? And everything that goes along with it. But the reason he won the award the previous week and what we just saw there, instincts, understanding where the play is going and being able to make a play on the football.
They run again on first down. Peterson. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Defenses always have a goal of holding a runner under 100 yards. Well, he went over 150 last week, won NFC Player of the Week award honors. And guess what? He's got a chance to do it again because of that vision he has. He sees holes that maybe don't exist.
Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpire's got different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. 3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. Now it's Haskins. Complete. Richardson has it. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 15-yard line. Haskins and the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's the Redskins in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. First down, here's a run with Peterson. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Adrian Peterson with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Hopkins with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Niners take over 1st and 10. At their own 19-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
65. Hey, dude.
Now Garoppolo. And that's going to be intercepted. Landon Collins, the Pro Bowl safety. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A toss play. This is Peterson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Tackle that time by Jarquiski Tart. If this defense wants to stay in this ball game, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Haskins to throw on 2nd down. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. 3rd down. Here's Haskins. He's got it complete to Thompson.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. On 2nd down, it's Coleman. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Well, remember, Tevin Coleman was in the 2-headed backfield in Atlanta during his 4 years there, along with Devontae Freeman. Now he joins a crowded backfield in San Francisco. But in Atlanta, he played under offensive coordinator Kyle Shanahan, and then, of course, Shanahan becomes a 49er head coach, and he made it a point to go out and snag his former running back because he really likes his 26-year-old ball carrier. On now is the 27-year-old rookie, Mitch Wisnowski, to punt, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Looking to throw on second down. Haskins. He's got Thompson here, complete. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Haskins on third down. And he finds McLaurin. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 10 yards there, good for a Redskin first down. Now a run with Peterson. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Throwing on second down. Haskins. Throw left side complete. That's Richardson. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 15 yards on the play, first down. Haskins now. Only one pass has hit the ground for him. 10 of 11 thus far. It's 1st and 10. To Thompson on the draw. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a first down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Back to the ground. This time it's Peterson. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. On 2nd and 9, Haskins. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Paul Richardson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
11.
On second down, a run with Breida. And he will perhaps get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And time has run out on this first half. So we've reached halftime here in D.C. in our nation's capital with a home team, the Redskins, on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And no return on this one. As the 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. From the 29, Garoppolo. Man open, it's Goodwin. 23 yards the pickup there. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll run with Coleman on first down. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle. If you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
Check curls, check curls, check curls. Two. Hey, Steve, sit.
Looking to throw on second down. Garoppolo. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Garoppolo looks to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. CD, you know there were quite a few Bears fans back in January saying, why didn't we hold on to that Robbie Gould guy?
Well, it's a legitimate question. 33 of 34 for San Francisco in 2018. The crazy stat of the year, he missed more extra points, 2, than he did field goals, 1, in the 2018 season.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They try to fire up the run game with Adrian Peterson. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Again, Peterson. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Richardson. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing now, Haskins on 1st down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Richardson. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. And finally they get him to the ground, but it's all the way down at the Niners 20. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. They'll give to Peterson out of the gun. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Oh, lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? They'll run for it with Peterson. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Now, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another? And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Adrian Peterson with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Watch the slant. 25, check 25.
Once again, they run with Breida on 1st down. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Garoppolo now. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins 33.
A gain of 19 yards. 1st down, 49ers.
Back now at FedEx Field. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On 1st down, here's Breida. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Garoppolo after the fake give to Breida. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. The safety blitz works perfectly that time for Landon Collins.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
To throw is Garoppolo. And that's going to be intercepted. Landon Collins, the Pro Bowl safety. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense. That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Redskin first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The 46-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Army.
Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Here I come.
Following the penalty, it's Peterson. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Another tote for the workhorse here this afternoon, Peterson. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 11 yards there, first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. They'll run on first down. It's Thompson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. First down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on first down puts them back on their heels.
Hopkins' kick is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So they've put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points. Able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
One Omaha.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. He's going to air one out. And that's going to be intercepted. Landon Collins, the Pro Bowl safety. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Here we go.
And they take a knee.
Garoppolo on the keeper. 3 and out. 4th down.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
So, hail to the Redskins as they get the victory here. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.